Hello. To our esteemed faculty, staff, distinguished guests, and those attending via live streaming, and most importantly, to our dedicated students, good afternoon, and welcome to the Pursuit of Academic Excellence and Leadership ceremony. Today, we gather here to celebrate not only the achievements of our exceptional students, but also the values that have guided them on their journey towards excellence and leadership. This ceremony is a testament to the relentless pursuit of knowledge, the unwavering commitment to personal growth, and the cultivation of leadership skills that will not only shape the future of healthcare, but our society. It is a day when we recognize that excellence and leadership go hand in hand, each fueling the other, and together they drive a positive change in the world. As we begin this ceremony, it is important that we reflect upon what it means to pursue academic excellence and leadership. These are not mere accolades or titles to be flaunted, but a commitment to a lifelong process of growth and the responsibility to use that growth to benefit others. At Northeast College, academic excellence represents more than just high grades or academic achievements. It embodies a thirst for knowledge, a passion for learning, and the relentless pursuit of understanding the world around us. It is about going beyond textbooks and classrooms to embrace the world as our laboratory. It's about questioning the status quo of knowledge, pushing the boundaries of understanding, and finding innovative solutions to complex problems. Leadership, on the other hand, is not confined to titles or positions of authority. True leadership is about inspiring and empowering others, fostering inclusivity, and having the courage to lead by example. It is about taking responsibility for the betterment of our community, organizations, and the world at large. It is about being a positive force for change. In Northeast College students, we see a reflection of these ideals. You have displayed an outstanding dedication, resilience, and a commitment to excellence, not only in your studies, but also in your actions as leaders in our academic community and beyond. You have shown us the way forward through your accomplishments, and it is a path that we should all strive to follow. Let us use this ceremony as an opportunity to recommit ourselves to the pursuit of academic excellence and leadership. Let us pledge to inspire, encourage, and mentor those who are just beginning their journey. Together, we can build a better future, not just for ourselves, but for those yet to come. Thank you for joining us on this special occasion, and congratulations to our outstanding students. Your pursuit of academic excellence and leadership is an inspiration to us all. I would now like to invite Clinical Science Department Chair and Professor Dr. Fiona Jarrett-Thelwell to the podium to present the Mary Ann Scholarship Award.
Good afternoon, everyone. Miss Mary Ann Padgett, the beloved wife of Northeast College's Chancellor, Dr. Kenneth Padgett, saw her primary role and duty as one of partner and a supporter of Dr. Padgett in his efforts to advance the chiropractic profession at the Senate and also at the national level. Not being a chiropractor herself, Ms. Padgett did not speak on the technical issues discussed within the profession, but she did help in the advancement of chiropractic in several other ways. Her talent was her unique ability to very quickly connect in a very personal way with others. Where some would enter a room full of strangers with a bit of intrepidation, Ms. Padgett saw it as an opportunity to make new friends, Her ability to quickly charm others was the same whether she was either entertaining visiting college presidents in her own home or attending a formal presidential dinner at the White House. Dr. Padgett would say that they were indeed a team, and they were a team. Miss Mary Ann Padgett would get them all warmed up, and then he would get down to business. The scholarship is given in her honor. The Mary Ann Padgett Memorial Scholarship Award is offered as an opportunity to students enrolled in the Doctor of Chiropractic program who have previously or are currently serving Northeast College of Health Sciences as an SGA class officer and or a club officer. As part of the application process, students were asked to submit an essay addressing the following topic. Tell us about someone like Ms. Padgett who significantly supports and or influences you on your path to pursuing a career as a doctor of chiropractic. The recipients of the Mary Ann Padgett Scholarship Award are Alexandria Aruck and Sarah Rainsford. Please step forward to collect your award. Okay. It is my distinct honor to invite the SGA Executive President, Connor Buttry, to the podium.
It is my pleasure to introduce today's keynote speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Brad Hopkins. Dr. Brad Hopkins grew up in Buffalo, New York, and has lived in Western New York area for the past 20 years. He's a 2009 graduate of New York Chiropractic College. In addition to his chiropractic degree, Dr. Hopkins earned his bachelor's degree in professional studies and the Master of Science in Applied Clinical Nutrition while enrolled. He is now a clinician at the Depew Health Center, where he has been a faculty member for the past 9 years. Dr. Hopkins is an avid Buffalo Bills fan. He also spends most of his time with his beautiful wife, Brooke, and 3 children, a 7-year-old Landon, 5-year-old Lucas, and 1.5-year-old Avery. As a family, they enjoy visiting Walt Disney World, thinking about Walt Disney World, or watching Disney movies. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Bradley Hopkins.
Thank you very much, Connor. I appreciate that. I had no idea you were such a big deal. You get the woos and all this stuff, so that's pretty cool. I don't know why the Bills fan thing was funny, but that's fine. No, thank you so much. I really appreciate being invited to be here. I want to also thank Carol for the invitation to be the speaker here today. Being a part of this office, just thanking the Office of Student Engagement as a whole. My first leadership experience that I had was through SACA when I was a student, and being able to have those meetings in Carol's office where she would tell me everything's going great, and I'd be like, oh, this is good, I'm doing well. And then the next meeting would be like, so Brad, everything's not going well. And I'd be like, okay. So it's maybe I need to work on some things. And but I honestly will say that having those meetings with Carol has really helped me become who I am today and the leader and just the fact that I'm a leader, speaking at a leadership conference just blows my mind. So I just want to thank you very much for that. So, but when I got that email about being the keynote speaker, my first thought was excitement, but then that kind of faded away to anxiety of what am I going to talk about, and started kind of getting advice, talking to people, and thinking, I'll do that thing where I get the definition of what a leader is. And they're like, oh, so you want to lose the audience early? And I said, all right, well, I won't do that. So I thought about it more, and I kind of kept coming to a story that I had thinking when I was younger. And before I lived in Buffalo, I actually lived in Pittsburgh, and there's a large chain of grocery stores there called Giant Eagle. And so I'm leaving Giant Eagle with my dad, and we get to our car and getting the groceries into the car, out of the car, out of the grocery cart into the car, and we see that there's paper towels under the cart, and he's like, "Oh, we got to go back in." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "We didn't pay for these." I'm like, "Oh, cool! Like we got them. That's awesome." And he's like, "No, we'll put these in. We got to go back in." And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm in heist mode, right? Like we got the product. We're at the escape vehicle. Like, you don't go back to the scene of the crime. Like, you go away. And I remember distinctly him saying, like, "No, this is not how we do things. We're going to go back in and pay for them." So we walked in, paid for them. You know, some time would go by. I was at the grocery store with my mom. Similar thing would happen. We'd have to go back in, pay for an item that we didn't pay for. So I learned two things about my parents in those moments. First thing is that they really need to do a better job of checking under the cart. And the second thing is that they didn't do those things for themselves. I mean, they did to an extent. They did those things because me, as a parent now of 3, like I know that if I have a few extra dollars in my pocket, like that's going to go a long way. But they did those things because they were setting an example for me. That was their moment of leadership to show me how they wanted me to do things. And so, full disclosure, I did look up the definition of being a leader. I went to the source. I said, "Alexa, what is the definition of a leader?" And she said that the definition of a leader is the action of leading a group of people or organization. And so I thought that was interesting because the first person that came to my mind when I heard that was my 5-year-old, which was really interesting because it was him at a moment where I'm at a baseball game with my 7-year-old playing baseball. And if anyone goes to 7-year-old baseball games, they're not the most entertaining things consistently. So he's looking around for things to do, and he sees a group of 12-year-olds that are walking along the path, and he taps me on the shoulder, and he goes, "Daddy, I want to go play with them." And I'm like thinking to myself, "Yeah, good luck, bud." You know, but I know not to count him out because of experience. So I told him, I said, "Lucas, I'll stay here. You go. Yeah, if you want to go ask him, go ahead." So I see him walk away, and an exchange happens, and I see him smile, and then he just starts to run. And then they all chase him, and then they play for another 30 minutes. And I'm like, you have some superpower that you got these 12-year-olds to play with you for 30 minutes. And so I asked him afterwards, I said, "Oh, Lucas, did you have fun?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, I had a lot of fun." And I said, "That's awesome." I said, "So what did you do? What did you say?" He's like, "Daddy, I walked up to him, and I said, 'You can't catch me.' And I ran." And then they followed me. And then I'm like, I'm well played, son. So to kind of hone this back in a little bit, one of my goals during the speech is I want to talk about this idea of leadership and how does it, bring you into your future careers, right? And so we all have goals, we all have aspirations that we want to achieve, and especially in practice. We have, and depending on who you are, different goals and different things that you want to do in practice. But the more I thought about it, there's some key elements that are pretty universal, and one of them is just being skillful in your given craft, whatever that chooses to be, and then helping as many people as you possibly can. And in order to do that, we need to see as many people as possible. And so I remember in practice, when I first started in practice, working with a chiropractor who he's in his 80s, Dr. Billy Davis. He's still going strong, working in his practice, loves what he does. And I remember sitting when I was I would say probably the first couple months of practice, sitting with him. And we have a little park outside the practice that we were at, and I asked him questions about just building the practice. And I said, so how do you market yourself? Like, how do you get people to come in to see you? And I'm like, what is the secret? What's the key? So I'm sitting there waiting. I mean, this guy's been in practice for 45 years. He's got to have something. And he's like, "No, there really isn't a good way to market yourself." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, thanks for the advice." So, but he's like, "But I will tell you a story." He's like, "There was a time when I went to an event, and I was at this event, and they were cooking hot dogs, and it was a large event, and they were overwhelmed by the number of people that came to the event. So he saw that there was a grill open, and he saw the hot dogs there. So he just started cooking hot dogs. And he started helping out and grilling and just being a part of the community to help. And more people came up to him to talk to him about that. And he's like, "Brad, I will tell you, I had more patients come to me from that moment than I've had in my entire career or life or whatever of having patients. And so that made me think about going back to the definition of the action of the leader, of what a leadership is. It's the action of leading a group of people. And I think we live in times where we think of leadership as individuals that have high-ranking offices. We have presidents, we have CEOs, elected officials. We think of them as leaders, and we want them to lead because we put them in those positions. But I feel as if that also takes away from the day-to-day aspects of leadership that all of us can do. And I think about having a practice someday and working at your practice at insert name here, chiropractic, and you're there and you see your patient that's walking out. You're like, Mr. Smith, I see you're having a little bit of trouble. Let me walk you to your car. Let me walk you to your car. My patients can wait a little bit. Let me walk you to your car. And you come back in, and then at the front desk, phones are ringing off the hook. And you tell your front desk staff, let me grab this one call because I see I can put them on hold. I don't want to mess with the schedule because I'll probably mess it up. But I'll put this call on hold. And I also noticed that an insurance company and one of the patients might have been giving you a little bit of trouble. Let me call them. I'll call them. I'll talk to them personally. I'll see what I can do, right? And those moments aren't big by any stretch of the means, but what ends up happening is you have these aggregation of marginal gains. And what that means is that you have these small moments that lead into something big. And at the end of the day, you're not a leader because someone said you're a leader or because you have been appointed to something or because your name's on the door. It's because you have the evidence in front of you that says these things that I did, I became a leader because of my moments. And it's not just being a part of practice, it's being a part of your community. It's being out in your community, it's being with your fellow students, it's knowing that one of your fellow classmates might be running a little late to class. So you said, you know what, you text them and say, I knew you were running late to class. I let the teacher know ahead of time just so there wasn't that awkward exchange, you coming in late, so they had the heads up. Or them being in the library studying for all hours, and it's like, I figured you were hungry, I brought you some food. Those little moments, right? Or even when you get into your future where you're out at the grocery store and you see somebody who needs help and you help them along their way, or you see people out, a mother of 3 that's behind you and you know that they are having a really hard day and why don't you go in front of me? Let me help you with what you need to be helped with. Or the local PTA that has a fall festival that is going on in October and they decided to get a water tank and a dunk tank, and they don't have anybody sign up. And then you're like, you know what, sure, I'll sign up for that and be a part of that. That could be more personal, which is something that I did for 2 hours, which was, it was fun, but it was interesting because those are the moments in that setting that I had more people come talk to me afterwards and thank me. And for a year, you're like, oh, you're the dunk tank dad, and you did this. And like, just people that would come to you and say thank you. And it really was only 2 hours of my time. And all I did was put my name on a piece of paper. But it's those moments that really bring about leadership and really change, because it's not just, and kind of tying it back into everything I was talking about before, it's not just the moment of you doing it, it's all the people around you that you see do those things. And it definitely makes things better around you when other people see you do those activities. And so to close, I want to close with one of my favorite shows growing up, which was Boy Meets World. And if you're an 80s or 90s kid, you know what I'm talking about. For those that aren't, it was a staple on TGIF, which is Friday television. And it was, we'd have fancy DVRs, so we had to watch it or else you didn't see it. And we, in the season, so the show is that it follows a young boy named Corey Matthews basically throughout his life of growing up being a kid. And his teacher, Mr. Feeney, who happened to be his teacher in every grade, which made sense at the time. And at the end of the very last episode, Mr. Feeney's always correcting them, always telling them the right way to do things. In the very last episode, Mr. Feeney tells the group of kids, he's like, you know what, do good. And the one student goes, Mr. Feeney, don't you mean do well? He's like, no, do good. And so what I want to end with is for the future doctors that are out there, and really everyone in attendance, but is if you do good enough times, all that other stuff will take care of itself. So I just want to say thank you, and I really appreciate you having me here today. Thank you. So I would now like to invite Dr. Mullen Hunter Mullen to the podium to present the candidates for induction into the Phi Chi Omega Honor Society.
Good afternoon, everyone. Northeast College of Health Sciences Phi Chi Omega Honor Society represents the honorable goal of academic achievement. To be a member, a student must achieve a session grade point average of 3.5 or better for 3 consecutive trimesters. For this ceremony, we are inducting 66 students into the society. When you are invited by the usher, please come up onto the stage on my left and exit on my right, returning to your seat. Dr. Hopkins will be handing the inductees their Honor Society pens. So let's get this started. Haley Robin Sherrod. Amy Cadena. Taylor Elizabeth Marie Cooley. Sean Thomas Bradshaw. Matthew Ashton Doyle. Annalie Marie Emery. Gracie May Hullings. Simran Kahar Dot. Abby Danielle Schroding. Hannah Elizabeth Marielk. Yachi Patel. Karina Mateo Toledo. Kenneth Jean Moore Bermudez. Ortiza Junaid. Caitlin Cameron Patricia Mangiapane. Alexis Nadine Burney. Mitchell Boris Creviton. Taylor Nicole Moskal. Isabella Rosa Mora. John Kane. Noah Michael Bentavegna. Jack Henry Schrock. Alec Cletus Krokos. Keisha Lee Kane. Ellie Simaluka. Meredith Page Bemis. Kristen Bechu. Brendan Cole Potash. Seth Bancroft Kunkel. John Russell Pandolfo. Michael William Lagana. Sebastian Malashowski. Neil Nelson Kapow Caparel. Jacob Gregory Lipinski.
Abigail Gloria Revito. Rija Khan. Hannah Jean Anderson. Jacob Paul Snyder.
Thank you.
Sean Zachary Callan. Jackson Douglas Cleve. Jocelyn Roberta Cadwell. Laura Ann Booths. Brandon Dwayne Neville. Derek Anthony Demons. Jennifer Lee Williams. Evan James Hoachak. Parker Omer Jack. Joseph William Amaral. And Jason Martin. Also being recognized today but not able to attend in person are Addison Alessi, Lindsay Elizabeth Arnold, Emma Ray Austin, Patrick Joseph Bauer, Kerwin Chick, Marie Alice Greener, Arya Fatah, Jake Zachary Faubert, Jack Reed Howard, Chan Kim, Haley Amelia Maureen Langstaff, Dora Ann Marshall, Cody Christopher Miller, Gabrielle Parla, Kendra Plant, and Perites del Carmen Renheco Perez. For all those present, to include those who may be participating remotely, please raise your right hand and recite along with me. I guess you can stand for this too if you want. Okay. As a member of Phi Chi Omega, it is my solemn oath to share my knowledge with others for the development and advancement of the individual and the profession. In doing so, it is my intention to pursue academic and clinical excellence for myself and my profession. Congratulations. Congratulations again to all the Phi Chi Omega Honor Society inductees. You may pick up your certificate following today's ceremony. It is now my pleasure to invite Dr. Michael Meston, President of Northeast College of Health Sciences, back to the podium to present the Dr. Arnold and Lucille Goldschmidt College Scholarship.
One of the first members, as well as former chairman of the New York State Board of Chiropractic after licensure was achieved in 1963, Dr. Arnold Goldschmidt continued the pioneering work of his father, Dr. Saul Goldschmidt, who was one of the early leaders in the chiropractic licensure battles. Additionally, Dr. Arnold Goldschmidt was president of the Association for the History of Chiropractic. He served as a trustee of the New York Chiropractic College, now Northeast College of Health Sciences, was a former past president of the Federation of Chiropractic Licensing Boards and a member of the National Board of Chiropractic Examiners. Dr. Arnold Goldschmidt also taught classes in chiropractic ethics here as well as multiple other colleges. He was dedicated to the quality of his profession, bringing dignity and good humor to the various professional service roles he held within the chiropractic profession. In 1993, Dr. Goldschmidt was honored by the college as a New York State pioneer in chiropractic. The Dr. Arnold and Lucille Goldschmidt Scholarship Award is offered as an opportunity to all current Phi Chi Omega Honor Society inductees. As part of the application process, eligible students were invited to submit an essay addressing the following topic. In your opinion, what was the most significant event in your profession's history, and in what way will you have a positive effect on your profession? The recipient of the Arnold and Lucille Goldschmidt Scholarship is Jackson Douglas Cleve. Jackson, if you're present, will you please come forward to accept your award? The President's Recognition of Achievement Award is presented to Doctor of Chiropractic students who have exceeded an outstanding performance on National Board of Chiropractic Examinations by achieving a perfect score. Yes, I said perfect score. The recipients of the President's Recognition of Achievement Award are Alexandria Mary Aruk, Rosalie Grace Betts, Andrew Kevin Flack, Mason Martin, David William Matthews, Madeline Elise Pominville. Wow. Will the recipients of the President's Recognition of Achievement Award please come forward to accept your award? Wow, what an achievement. Well done and wow. For outstanding service and dedication to Northeast College of Health Sciences, I am honored to present the Executive SGA President Award to Connor Buttry. Connor, come on up. Thank you, Connor, for your dedication, leadership, and service to SGA and the entire student body. There you go.
Thank you very much. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you very much. Look forward to keeping my hood on you. I'm looking forward to it, sir.
I now would like to invite our Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Ann Killen, to the podium to present the Student of the Year. Dr. Killen.
Well, good afternoon. And before I continue, congratulations to everyone who is recognized here today. Very well done. So the Student of the Year Award was developed by the Student Government Association and has been given annually since the early 2000s. Nominees for this recognition are asked to submit a resume, a letter of recommendation from a faculty member, and an unofficial transcript. Candidates must also meet a minimum of 3 of the following criteria: active engagement as a member of a club or organization, performing service as a college work-study student, tutoring, active engagement as a class officer, give time to a community service project, serve on a college institutional committee, and/or made a significant contribution to the healthcare achievements, such as a research project, non-required presentation, or other acts deemed valuable within the health sciences. And before I announce the winner of this award, we think that it's important to recognize all of our nominees. So I will name each of the nominees, and then I will present the award. This year's Student of the Year candidates include Adriana Bradford. Addie is a current 9th trimester Doctor of Chiropractic student. She is a 2022 Phi Chi Omega Honor Society inductee and a peer mentor. She also serves as a current tutor. Mariah Elser. Mariah is currently a 7th trimester Doctor of Chiropractic student. She is a 2022 Phi Chi Omega Honor Society inductee, a tutor, and serves as the club president for Women in Chiropractic Club. She's a student representative for Motion Palpation Club and vice president of the Soft Tissue Club. She is also active with the Pediatric Family Practice Club and SACA. Gina Perrone. Gina is a current 10th trimester student in the Doctor of Chiropractic program assigned at the Seneca Falls Health Center and is dually enrolled in the Masters of Clinical Nutrition program. Gina completed the BPS program in 2022. She is a past class officer and has been an active member of SACA. She also serves as a TA and has been a student ambassador and tour guide for the admissions office. Abigail Riuda. Abigail is a current 6th trimester student and was inducted into the Phi Chi Omega Honor Society today. She is currently the treasurer for SACA, president of Student NISCA, vice president of the Pediatric Family Practice Club, and current resident director and a former TA. Courtney Sayre. Courtney is a current 10th trimester student assigned at the Depew Health Center. Courtney is a past SACA vice president and legislative representative. She is a 2021 Phi Chi Omega Honor Society inductee, peer mentor, and was a student representative for the Northeast College at the 2023 ACC RAC Conference. Nathaniel Tuck. Nathaniel is a current 7th trimester student. He is the president of the Applied Kinesiology Club and SACA. Nathaniel is a 2022 Phi Chi Omega Honor Society inductee, a peer mentor, and a past tutor. And Daniel White. Daniel is a current 10th trimester student assigned at the Levittown Health Center. He is a 2022 Phi Chi Omega Honor Society inductee, served as a Levittown senior clerk, as well as a health center liaison for his class. He is also a past TA. And now, the moment that you have all been waiting for. This year's recipient has made a significant impact on the entire campus community and embodies the qualities of being a servant leader. This year's recipient constantly seeks ways to support their peers through providing one-to-one support, as well as being active in leadership roles. In letters of nomination and recommendation, this year's recipient is described as a star. Also, further quotes, consistently goes above and beyond for the profession. A national pioneer, establishing and chairing the SACA Committee for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. It is my pleasure to announce and present the 2023 Student of the Year recognition to Courtney Sayre. Courtney is currently at the Depew Health Center watching remotely. Courtney, this is for you. Congratulations. All right. I would like to take this time to recognize the service of Mr. Connor Buttry, Executive SGA President, Bridget Ivani, SGA Executive Vice President, and Kayla Enns, SGA Executive Secretary and Treasurer, for being good stewards and role models of leadership. Thank you for your dedication, work, and for the positive impact that each of you have made in representing the Northeast College's student body, as well as our entire campus community. Please come forward to receive a leadership pin of recognition. You are a big deal, aren't you?
Not really.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now I will turn the podium over to Connor, Bridget, and Kayla, who will administer our aspirational code.
I'm going to try my best. Thank you, Dr. Killen. I now invite all students to join me in the recitation of the aspirational code. It's in your little books. We, the students of Northeast College of Health Sciences, strive to create an environment of tolerance and pluralism in which all people are able to freely express their opinions and beliefs. It is our desire to become healing professionals. In this spirit, we aspire to earn and maintain respect from others by our actions, words, and demeanor. Seek truth and approach each situation with honesty and humility. Resolve differences expediently and professionally. Be open to receiving criticism. Be accountable for the quality of our interactions with others. Learn from each interaction. With this aspirational code, we assert our high regard for integrity and honor. We hope to inspire the entire community of Northeast College of Health Sciences to continue the advancement of the ethical standards of our profession. You guys did a good job.
It is my pleasure to officially announce the 2024 SGA Executive Officer Leadership. These individuals will begin their roles effective January 5th. If you are present, please come forward when I announce your name. Executive SGA Secretary and Treasurer, Abby Markham. Executive SGA Vice President, Kyle Patton. And Executive SGA President, Lauren Williams. Okay, you guys are just going to stay on stage. On behalf of the Student Government Association, congratulations to today's program honorees. We celebrate your recognition along with you and thank you for being role models of excellence. Please join us in the North Dining Hall for a celebratory reception. That's it.
I think they'll want to get a picture.
We are done.
There you go.
Do we want to take a photo?